In 10 months time, folks, we will be able to get our hands on IllFonic's Halloween the Game. We haven't really had much information regarding this video game in the last couple of months since its actual launch, when they said that it's going to be coming out, there's going to be a single player, there's going to be a multiplayer. Well, we finally got more information regarding single player and what it entails. So one of the good things now actually regarding the single player is we're going to be going to locations that were only seen or heard about in the original 1978 movie. And by the sounds of it, we're actually going to be starting out as Michael at Smith's Grove Sanitarium and how he broke out, which, to be honest with you, that sounds really fun. So let's get into the actual story. So after 47 years, Halloween the Game answers burning questions about John Carpenter's 1978 classic in a sandbox-driven single-player story with multiple endings. That's going to be huge. Designed to prepare you for multiplayer. So IllFonic remains committed to delivering a compelling and authentic Halloween single-player offering that matches the meticulous cadence of the original film. Well, to be honest with you, in my eyes, Halloween 1978 along with The Exorcist are the two greatest, single-handedly greatest ever horror movies. And to be honest with you, when they said, oh, they're making the game, I was kind of excited. But then I was like, is this going to be another Friday the 13th type of game? Which, by the sounds of it, it is, but I'm actually happy for that. So IllFonic says that its next horror adaptation, Halloween the Game, will fill in some blanks left empty from the original 1978 horror film Halloween. Of course, the big difference between Halloween the Game and other asymmetrical horror outings like IllFonic's Friday the 13th and Killer Clowns from Outer Space is that Halloween has a robust single-player mode with a whole story and characters and everything. Well, IllFonic has revealed a new overview of that story mode and teased a couple of the questions that it answers from the original movie. How did Michael manage to escape from Smith's Grove Sanitarium? What actually happened at Phelps' garage? And how did the truck end up abandoned on the side of the road? Both good questions. And we do have this by here, which we're not going to play sadly because, well, the video already got copyrighted, so I'm doing this again because of the Halloween music. But these are the burning questions that players will get first-hand answers as the team aims to provide supplemental story content that complements the original John Carpenter classic. That's what I'm really excited about, is that we're able to be from Smith's Grove, go to Phelps' garage. We're going to be able to see and more than likely play out as Michael these actual scenarios. How did he actually escape Smith's Grove? Yeah, we saw him smash the window and get the nurse out and take the car and drive off. But how were they able to get outside? How did all of that actually happen in the first place? Then Phelps' garage, when Michael took the overalls. How did all this happen? Again, we are just seeing, little snippets at the moment, but I do think we are going to see some really big things coming from this game, which I'm extremely happy about. But they do say that obviously while the story mode is an adaptation of Carpenter's Halloween, IllFonic says there will also be new locations and scenes introducing our brand new cast of Haddonfield civilians who serve as playable characters in the game's multiplayer component. So with that, I'm not exactly like, oh yeah, go for this, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be in the multiplayer, this is what we need. No, to me, it's not that good. I'm not really a fan of asymmetrical horror when it's a multiplayer. Yes, we've had the old, Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th and all of these things, but there's something about that just asymmetrical horror, sometimes they do not just go right. And it seems to be in the case of, like Killer Clowns, Friday the 13th was just a brilliant game, it was a fun game. Then you had Texas Chainsaw, and they all seemed just to fail. Sadly, with Friday the 13th, the lawsuit just kind of made that null and voided, which sucks. But I think going forward with this one, since we only have the license for the first GIF film, I think there's going to be some liberties taken as well. But just with this by here, as you can see, we are showing this video. If you want to hear it, I will leave a link below. But obviously, sadly, like I said, it was copyrighted due to the music. And as you can see, it is out on September 8th next year. A Halloween the Game story mode will play out in chapters, with the Michael Myers obsessed Dr. Samuel J. Loomis providing narration. That's one thing I'm excited for. He'll also branch off in different directions and have multiple endings to encourage replayability. That's another thing which I think is actually missing from a lot of games this day and age. We've just had it now with the release of Silent Hill 2, well, for last year, you know what I mean. And seeing how so many games just, oh, you play through it, you complete it, yay, that's it. Now go on the multiplayer, which is what a lot of these companies actually want. They don't really want you to replay their single player, they want you to go online, buy their skins, and do all this nonsense. But seeing that they're going to have multiple endings, I'm really excited for that, because I do love you can go through, right, you gotta do this different, or you gotta go this way, and you gotta take out this person instead of this one. So many things. But they're doing saying as well, on top of all of that, it will have difficulty settings, side quests, and hidden collectibles to find. That all indeed sounds pretty meaty, but curiously, Ilphonic says it'll all designed to help prepare players to become the ultimate Michael Myers before they jump into online multiplayer matches. Like what we were just saying, they want you to jump on in. But having multiple endings, which does encourage replayability, I think you'll probably see with this, a lot more people will be online, but just playing single player more than actual multiplayer. That's what I do think will happen there. But it seems like the focus is still the asymmetrical multiplayer, which we were just talking about, with what sounds like a single player prelude that teaches you the ropes and introduces you to the characters. Hopefully that intimate knowledge of the playable characters' backstories will make the cat and mouse game of Michael Myers all the more thrilling and high stakes. They do say that Ilphonic remains committed to delivering a compelling and authentic Halloween single player, offering that matches the meticulous cadence of the original film, while empowering players to help shape the narrative. And they do have by ear then. So Friday the 13th, the game devs moved on from the lawsuit by just making the same game, but with Michael Myers from Halloween. And you know what? Hell yeah.